Welcome back to Mic'd Up and Misinformed with your hosts Lunch Money and Mad Dog. Guys, we have absolute banger picks in place for you guys this week. The highly anticipated McGregor versus Holloway matchup is finally here. And my biggest question, I guess, aside from how much money are we going to win, is McGregor going to show up on Saturday?
Dude, I think that's everyone's question, bro. I seen some footage of him. He looks pretty good training wise. I just don't know if he still has it in him, dude, honestly. Plus the like 5 years off and 6 years since his last win. I think he's coming back to some ring rust. I don't know. Under the lights, I just don't see him performing well, especially against Max Holloway, who's just been he's just like making highlight reel after highlight reel lately, it seems like.
Yeah, and for me, I think it's interesting because on one end, I'm like, why is he coming back? You know,
Yeah,
he doesn't have really anything else to prove. He's already a two-time champ. But
100%.
and then he says it's for the love of the game. But for me, I think that he will show up on Saturday because he has two fights left in his UFC contract, and they're just not going to let him go. You know, they're going to milk out the cash cow before letting him become a free agent because once he's a free agent, he'll be able to fight on the MVP card on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be eligible for boxing bouts again. There's so much more money for him to make if he wants to, a lot more than what the UFC will ever pay him. So in my opinion, I think the UFC has been holding him hostage and saying, "Hey, you're not going to buy your way out of these. You're going to finish these last two fights on your contract." So
I
I
could see
think
that.
he's essentially like, "F this. I'm just going to show up and just knock these out because there's so much more money for him to make on the
Yeah,
horizon
for
after he
sure.
completes the contract."
Yeah, if he switches to MVP, that he's going to be making 10 times as much shit.
100%. So for me, I think he does this fight. If he wins, which we'll get to our predictions a little bit, but um, win or lose, I think that he probably fights Nate Diaz and gets that trilogy, and then he'll be done with his UFC. But I see it ending with that Nate Diaz trilogy because they're one and one,
That'd be a good fight back. But
and
I
it'd
hate to
probably be
say
the
it,
most
but
competitive for him too. You know, Nate's a lot older now and
yeah.
on the decline as well. So,
Yep.
all right, man. So let's kick off this card. Uh, Arguably, in my opinion, I think this is the best card of the year. It has a great mix of OGs. It has contenders, and then there's some new guys that are looking to make absolute statements here.
No,
First
this
fight
is
of the
a
night, we
great card.
have Cody Durden versus Alessandro Costa. Who do you got in this one?
I like Costa, dude. I like the Brazilian here overall, man. I think he comes in and gets the job done. I think Durden's only won two of his last nine matches. So he's like 3-7, which is not great. I think Durden's been like a low level gatekeeper and been going downhill. And he was supposed to fight O'Day Osborne, and then the fight got switched around. So I think he comes in and gets the job done, dude. Overall, I think this is an easy pick here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Costa, I don't have the odds in front of me, but I'm assuming he's a pretty big favorite. And you nailed it right there. Durden is on the decline. He's older and he's more so a gatekeeper for the newbies coming in.
Yeah.
So this should be a layup fight for Costa.
So Costa's at minus 245, and then Durden's at plus 205. So the odds aren't that bad, honestly, because I think Costa wins 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking Costa all day here. Durden's only path to victory is if he makes it, a boring decision by just taking him down over and over and winning on control time. But I just don't see that happening.
And even then, I think if he tries to take him down, I think Costa can catch him in a submission very easily. Like I don't think it's this is gonna be like a walk in the park, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm taking Costa there. Next matchup, we have a contender series. He got a big knockout win, and then I believe he won his first fight after the contender series as well. So he's 2-0 in the UFC. Gondra versus Zachary Reese, who has shown he's pretty game in the UFC. I don't think he has a high ceiling, but he's proven that he belongs in the UFC. And with that being said, I'm going 2-0 on the Brazilians in the first two fights of the night. I'm taking Gandra to win this one by either knockout or decision, but I'm taking Gandra.
I'm flipping it, dude. I'm taking Reese on this one. I think he's got just a little bit more experience overall, and I think he can make a win here. I think this goes to the decision. I think he can fight a little bit smarter as long as he doesn't get taken down and submitted. I think he can stand and throw fists with Gondra. And I think he, as long as he can sprawl and do his best to keep it off the ground, I think Reese has a chance here. So I'm taking the dog at plus 112, Gondor at minus 133. So really, whichever side you're on, you're getting pretty good odds
Basically a
here.
pick 'em. Well, maybe we can bet some push-ups on that one, but I do like Gandra. So, all right,
Game
first one we're
on.
beefing on for the night, Reese and Gandra. Next up, we have Farid Basharat versus John Garza. Man, I don't really know what to think on this one. I know this Basharat is the lesser of the two. He hasn't had any performances that really stand out to me. I just feel like he kind of barely just gets by in fights. But I also don't feel confident enough to take Garza over him. This is going to be a hard pass for me, bro.
Dude, same thing. I agree. I don't think Barshot is that great to necessarily pick over. And then the odds are minus 675 for Basharat, and Garza is at plus 475. So it's either dog or pass, and I'm going to pass. I agree with that, dude. To me, there's no value here. Just this is kind of a throw-in fight to make up for some of the other fights that dropped off the card.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Next up, we have Cesar Almeida versus Damian Pinas. Man, that's a crazy last name, bro.
Yeah.
We all know what that sounds like. Let's go, Pinas!
I'm taking the big Pinos here, brother. He's
I'm
got
taking
eight.
him too, bro. He's bigger than
Hell
Cesar
yeah.
Almeida. And Caesar's last couple fights, he just looks like he's aging, he's declining. He just looks
Yeah.
like his heart's not in it anymore.
He
Caesar
gasses
is
out quick.
dangerous, but Damian's he's up and coming and he's looking to make a statement right here.
I think this is a first or second round knockout. Penis has got 8 KOs out of his 9 wins. I think he comes in and just plays the 1-2 and boom, the match is over. Really, I think in the first round. If not, again, Almeida is going to start to get gassed out and give up on himself, and in the second round for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at a late knockout by Penis right here.
Yeah,
So
100%,
Penis
dude.
for a late knockout. If he does his job right.
If he does his job right.
All right. Next up, we have a pretty good women's matchup here. We have Tracy Cortez, longtime UFC vet, one of the most toxic women in MMA, according to some of the fellas, versus Wayne Kong. I'm taking
This-
Wayne Kong in this one, bro.
oh, shit. This is basically a pick 'em, too, honestly. Let me double check. Yeah, they're both at minus
Cortez is
108
game,
and minus
but she's
112.
just peaked, and I think Wayne Kong's still on the come up.
I agree with that statement, but I do think Cortez can she has the experience. I think this goes to decision either way, but I think she might just be able to edge out on the judge's eyes.
What's crazy is, I was thinking she is the vet here. She's had a lot more UFC fights,
She
but
has a lot more
Kong
fights.
is
She's
two
not
years
that
older
old.
than her. Kong's
Yeah, she
34 and Tracy's 32. So, um, yeah, Kong's only lost once. I got to take her.
yeah,
Not
again, this is
confidently.
a pick 'em. I'm taking Cortez, brother. I think she has the experience and I think she can edge it out.
He just likes the way she looks.
Well, and she's fought better caliber people. She's fought better caliber people.
Yeah, Cortez has
I,
fought the who's who, and
yeah.
yeah, I definitely give her the experience there. So
If
it'll
Kong
probably be a
wins,
close
she's
fight
gonna
too,
get
bro. I'm
bumped
just
up.
gonna
It's gonna be a close
pass
fight.
realistically on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close fight. I think it goes to decision. So I think taking the over is probably really your best bet because then it doesn't matter. But I like the experience, and yeah, I'm taking Cortez.
All right. Sorry, my iPad or my tablet
You're good, bro.
just
You're good.
zoomed out. All right. Next up, we have Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka. Kai Kamaka, he's been in and out of the UFC. He's fought in some lower leagues.
Yeah,
He's back in the UFC. He's a game opponent, but man, Luke Riley hasn't lost yet, and I don't look to see him losing anytime soon. Dude's a
no,
dog.
I agree, dude. And that KO against Bogdan was pretty good. I like Riley tenfold on this fight. And the odds aren't crazy. Luke Riley at minus 270. I think it's pretty good. I always make my picks before I go and look. I was expecting him to be much higher because, like you
Yeah,
said,
me too. I think Kai Kamaka has his path to victory is the wrestling. If he utilizes his wrestling,
yeah,
Luke wants to just stand and trade, but Kai Kamaka always seems to get in those wars. So I think he's going to
yep,
entertain Riley, get in a war, and he's going to get caught, bro. I'm thinking
yeah.
late round 1, round 2 stoppage by Riley, but I feel
I
really
agree,
confident.
dude.
And I'll tell you right now, Luke Riley's going on my parlay.
Yeah, I love Luke Riley here. Yeah, Kai, I don't know why he just doesn't always show up. It's like you can see one really good version of him, and then the next fight he's like really bad. So I don't know if it's just head games in himself or he doesn't believe in himself. He does have some ability. He just doesn't always put it to work.
Yeah, he is a game opponent, and he's not an easy out for anybody. But I just think this is just a bad matchup for him.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Bro, I like Yanez a lot in this matchup, bro. These guys are both going to stand and trade. It's, in my opinion, it's going to be a boxing match. Cody has the speed. He has a speed advantage, but after one round, Cody has shown that he really starts to gas out and fatigue. So if he doesn't get that knockout in round one, I see Yanez just picking him apart in rounds 2 and 3 and either getting a late knockout or a decision win here.
That's that's the only complaint I have about Cody is that he does gas out, especially going into the third round. He might throw 10 significant strikes in the third round if it goes that far. This is going to be one of the bangers of the night here. I do think as long as Cody can fight smart, dude, I think he might be able to pull off the upset against Yanez. So I'm taking Cody Garbrandt at plus 330 on this.
Dude, the fact that those odds are that big is crazy because
Yeah.
hearing that, it makes me want to side with Cody too. Because Yanez, I think this is one of those fights where it's the passing of the torch, but Yanez doesn't have a really strong fight IQ either. There's some fights where I question, what is he doing? I feel like he's thrown away a couple fights that he had in the bag. So it's going to be a great matchup. I will
This is
just
going
say
to be
that
a
that
banger,
round
bro.
one will determine everything, bro, because we'll see
Yeah.
how aggressive Cody comes out.
I think as long as Cody can fight smart and not get caught too crazy in the dogfight, I think he's got a good chance here. So I love those odds at plus 330.
Yeah, and I hate saying it, bro, because my chin is the glassiest probably of anybody in the world, but Cody's got the glass chin, bro.
Yeah, I mean
He's
that's
he
what
definitely has that stigma.
exactly. If he gets caught up in the fight, dude, and they're just throwing, punches back and forth, he's gonna get KO'd. But if he can play smart and keep his chin tight and just kind of jab and stay on the outside, push a little bit, I think he really can get the job done here.
I saw him in an interview earlier this week too. I did not watch the full interview, but he had mentioned something about wishing the UFC had better like healthcare and like post retirement support.
Mhm.
And so this is just an assumption, but it kind of made me assume that maybe Cody
He's looking
still
to
needs
retire.
money. Yeah, like maybe he's still needing money, and I think that's important. But I just get the impression that if you're fighting because you need a paycheck versus you're fighting for the love of the game and your heart's in it and you just want it that bad, it's just different. So
It
I
is
just
different.
question what his motives are.
Yeah, I agree with that, dude. He is different. That is a
And he's
different
already
opinion.
won the title. He's been there, done that too.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the craziest odds in the world, but I would never take the underdog. This guy, he's getting labeled as the future heavyweight champion. We have Gable Stevenson versus Alicia Ellison. There's a reason why Stevenson's minus 2,800. Hell would
Yeah.
have to freeze over for him to lose.
Yep. This is
I
this
look
is
at Gable getting a huge knockout win here and
this
then
is
getting
DC's prodigy.
skyrocketed up the rankings.
DC loves this guy. It's all he talks about is this guy's wrestling ability, and he's going to be the next face of the UFC. So, like you said, how can you lay against him? I mean, I think he's won every first round knockout, and he's got amazing wrestling. So he's got the ability on the floor and the KO power. Yeah, I mean,
Natural
it's
freak athlete.
natural
Dude,
freak athlete. It sucks
anything
the
can
odds,
happen,
but
but I'm not
just throw him
fading
on
him.
your parlay and enjoy the little boost he gives you.
Yeah, facts. I don't have much more else to say on that one. Next
Yeah, I
matchup
mean,
is really interesting, bro. It looks to me like it'd be an easy pick, but I will say we have Nikita Krylov versus Robert Whitaker. I do want to note though, Rob is moving up divisions. He's naturally been a middleweight his whole career, and this is, I think, his first fight at light heavyweight. So
I think so.
I love Rob here. I think he's a much better fighter, but what
Thank
is that
you.
weight difference going to look like? Because
Thank you.
Rob's a little small at middleweight, bro. At light heavyweight, Rob's gonna be tiny, bro.
I I don't care. I think he gets the job done, dude. He only loses against the best opponents. Let's be honest. He doesn't just lose to anybody. The fact that he's moving up means he doesn't have to cut weight as hard. I mean, he's still going to be training. We know he's a solid athlete. We know he's a professional. I think he comes in here and gets the job done. And Nikita can get KO'd. He's got a few KO losses. So it's not like he's got, a undefeatable chin. I think Whitaker comes and gets the job done, dude. And he's the underdog, so I'm even loving it more. Oh no, Whitaker, they must have switched. Whitaker's at minus 133.
Yeah, I knew the odds were pretty close. I'm with you, bro. I got to take Rob too. That's the only disadvantage I see for him is being undersized. But I just don't see Krylov taking advantage of that. If he implements the wrestling, it could get really interesting. But I simply just think Rob is too quick for him, and I don't think Krylov has the power to put Rob out. And you
Yeah,
made a perfect point. Whitaker only loses to the best of the best, dude. If
he
he's not
only
losing to Hamzat or Israel Adesanya in his prime, he's losing to the best of the best. And Krylov is should be easy work, knocking
yeah,
on wood.
yep, exactly. No, I love the odds here. I think Whitaker gets the job done, hands down.
All right, I'm with you, bro. Next up, we have, dude. This is going to be arguably fight of the night too. We have King Green versus Terrence
Yeah,
McKinney. It's so interesting stylistically because King Green keeps his hands down by his waist, and he
yep,
kind of pop shots and he beats you on speed and timing and boxing.
yeah,
And Terrence McKinney is just like a bull that sees red. His fights
yeah.
never go out of the first round. He wants blood right away. I mean, he either wants to knock you out or he'll get knocked out himself.
This is
So
gonna be
this
a
is super interesting, bro.
crazy. This would be a crazy boxing match, man.
The question is McKinney gonna land? Because in the first round, if McKinney lands, it's over because Green is pretty chinny. He has been knocked out multiple times. McKinney, you could say the same thing. So
Yeah,
this is what I'm thinking. McKinney wins in the first round. If he doesn't, Bobby gets a knockout in rounds 2, 3, or wins by decision.
I love it, dude. I'm taking Green, man.
Bobby's
Green's
got the most passive victory, but I'm
yeah.
taking Terrence to win the first round. Terrence is finishing Bobby round 1
Oh
KO.
shit. Oh shit. I just love King Green, dude. I love everything about him. The freaking goatee
I
shaved
love his
up.
gangster, bro. Like
Yeah.
he stands on business, bro. And I just
Yeah.
I like guys who just are genuinely they are who they are, and he just wears his heart on his
100%.
sleeve, and
And
he's a
like you said,
dog,
he
bro.
he'll put his chin out there and keep his hands down and just pull back and catch you as you're shooting in, dude. It's just like he just fights so different than anybody else. I just absolutely love it. And like you said, I think he's got a real chance to win this fight. Again, Terrence is he's not, a just an everyday fighter. He does have some abilities, but same thing. He will put himself in jeopardy to try to, bull rush in, and I think that's when he gets caught.
Yeah, bro. I'm taking McKinney in the first round, but I will admit, like I said, Green has more paths to victory. If he survives round 1, it's his fight to lose. He's gonna pick him apart after that.
Love it, dude.
So, um, dude, these are bangers. Next matchup, we have Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanaugh. I'll let you take this one first. I'm really interested to see what you think.
It is kind of a mix, dude. It's kind of weird. I was kind of torn going into it, so I even went and looked. The only thing is, Royval's not been doing that great. He's like 2-3 right now, so it seems like he's kind of just hitting at 50%. And I think he won Moreno against a decision, and then Kavanaugh KO'd Moreno, if I remember. So I'm taking Kavanaugh. I think he has just a little bit more power on his feet. And I don't know, dude. I think Royval is he's just been like in a weird place right now. Yeah, I feel like he hasn't been doing all that great, honestly. So I'm taking Kavanaugh on this one. I don't remember what the odds are though. Kavanaugh minus
Kavanaugh's the
220.
favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kavanaugh minus 220.
So this is I'm first of all I will say I'm taking Kavanaugh, but this is a really interesting fight because if you're on the Royval side, you could say, well, Loner got knocked out by Charles Johnson, and Royval arguably a dog Charles Johnson. And
Yeah.
then if you're on the Royval side, you could say, well, Brandon has only fought the best of the best. I mean, the
Yeah.
last 4 or 5 years, he's fighting the number 1, number 2, or the champion.
Yeah, exactly.
So despite him having a recent losing record, I justify it by him fighting the best of the best. However, in this matchup, I would take Royval if it was 5 rounds because I think Royval would really pick it up in the championship rounds. But with it only being a 3 round fight, I'm taking Loner Kavanaugh. If Royval takes it to the mat and tries grappling and utilizing some wrestling, I could see him edging out a victory here. But
Yeah,
I just think Loner's he's learning so fast. He's growing super fast in the game. I think that Charles Johnson fight was just a humbling fight for him. And now
yep,
I think he's going to skyrocket up the rankings and probably get a title shot in the next year or two. I'm taking Loner to win by a very close split decision.
I could see this going to decision. And I think you put it the best. I think Royval's on his way down as Kavanaugh's on his way up. I think we're seeing kind of a trade of hands here, you know?
Passing
You
the
know, I think,
torch right here for sure.
yeah, I think this is a great fight still. And again, like you said, statistically, I think
Royval
this
went
is
from
a good
like
fight.
being a main contender to now he's the gatekeeper for the contenders. So he's
Yeah.
still up there, but now he's that guy you got to beat to be respected in contention.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
All right, man. So we're both on Kavanaugh's side. Next up, bro, I feel so confident with this matchup. Corey Sandhagen, the Sandman, is going to dog Mario Bautista.
I disagree, dude. I think Bautista is a little bit better grappler, and I think that's where we're going to see the edge at, bro. I know you hate
Dog,
me.
you're
I
tripping.
know,
You're
I
tripping.
know you hate me.
Bro, you're tripping right now. You got to think Sandhagen dealt with Umar's wrestling and stopped a lot of takedowns, and
He
that was
did. He
Umar
did.
beat him. Umar beat him, but Corey made it interesting for
Yeah.
moments throughout the fight. And
He does have the
Umar is a
ability to
whole
stuff.
nother category than Mario Bautista. I do see Mario. He's got the gas tank. He's got the
Yep.
wrestling, but I think Corey's defensive wrestling, if he can just keep Mario like, if he does get taken down, as long as he can pop back up to his feet, I think it's such a big difference when it comes to the striking. Mario, if it's a striking match, Corey would be a minus 300.
Yeah. I agree.
Unfortunately,
I
it's not a
agree.
kickboxing match, but I'm
Yeah.
just my mindset is Corey stuffs some of those takedowns and get pops right back up, and then he just picks them apart on the feet. And when they go to a decision, it's going to be okay. Well, Corey got all these shots in and created this much damage, and Mario had his head in his nuts. So that I'm kind
Yeah.
of a hater about Batista, but I love Corey in this matchup, bro. I think this is a perfect fight for him to get back in title contention.
No, I agree. I think Sandhagen's got the better hands for sure, so we can keep it standing. But I hate to say it, he always loses to wrestlers. Like that's his like kryptonite practically. So I think as long as Batista can come out and gain control time and doesn't get cut up, like you just said, if he gets caught and his freaking eye gets busted open, he could lose by, Sandhagen getting the damage points. But I think if he can keep it clean and just focus on his wrestling and takedown and essentially just lay and pray, I think Batista's got a good chance here.
I
I
can't hate
think
on it though, bro.
and
Mario is
it's
a
kind of a
dog.
close pick 'em too. Well, let's see. Batista at plus 125, Sandhagen at minus 145. So this is good odds for Sandhagen.
Yeah, either side would be great in parlay, whoever you like more. I will say I love storylines, and I think the UFC and UFC fans have been begging for years. The dream matchup would be Corey Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley. And if Corey wins this fight, that matchup makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, that would be crazy, bro. Because they're kind of similar size too, right? Like kind of
It's a
tall,
striker's
lengthy.
delight.
Like, yeah,
O'Malley
that would
wouldn't have
be
to worry about
crazy.
the wrestling as much.
Yeah,
I think that's the dream matchup. And if Corey wins, that's what it's going to be.
that would be a legit matchup. That would be great, actually. I would love to
Right.
see that.
So, all right, we're split on that one. Next up, again, I feel crazy confident about this one, bro. This is my boy. I pick him every fight. I don't give a crap. Patty Pimblett is going to dog Benoit Saint Denis, and I can tell you exactly how he's going to win this fight, too.
I know I said originally that I liked it and I thought he was a bounce back, dude, but I like Saint Denis overall, dude. He's he's got 11 subs, so he can handle his subs ability. He can handle himself on the ground. 6 KOs. He beat Roofy. I think he's got a good chance here, dude, honestly, over Patty.
Bro, 9 of those 11 submissions are probably guys that work at Walmart, first
I
of
mean,
all.
that's fair. I didn't look to see exactly who they were, but that's fair. I just feel like after seeing what Justin did to Patty, all you have to do is just shoot, like just sprawl back and lay on top of him. It's like that's all you have to do now. You just sprawl back and lay on top of
All right, bro. All right. This I have
him.
this so vivid in my head right now. Okay, so when Patty fought Justin, right? Patty sucks at takedowns. Like he's nasty jujitsu and on the mat, but
Yeah.
he sucks at taking you down. Justin did not give him any opportunities to take him down. So and he kept it on the feet, which was fantastic.
Yep.
Benoit, first of all, he was in the military for a long time. He got into MMA late. So his jujitsu and his ground game, Patty's been doing this since diapers. So when it gets to the mat, it's a whole nother world. And you know how like Justin did not want to engage in any grappling with Patty. He
He
just anytime
did. I
Patty tried to
agree.
shoot, Justin got away, right?
Yeah, he just
Benoit
crawled back.
Benoit fights Patty's game. Benoit fights exactly what Patty wants. Patty doesn't have to try to take him down because how Saint Denis fights is he throws a lot of haymakers and he goes right into a takedown. He
Yeah, he
shoots like
too.
crazy.
Yeah,
He tries to pop you till he gets into a takedown. He's doing the work for Patty because as soon as he takes Patty down, Patty's saying, "Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby." And he's gonna wrap him up like a pretzel and choke his ass out. Bro, I feel so confident Patty's gonna choke out Benoit Saint Denis, and he's gonna get again a dream matchup everybody's been waiting for. Ilia Topuria versus Patty. They've been
that's what I
beefing
know. I
forever,
totally said too.
and they're right back in contention for the title. It makes too much sense, and Benoit's the perfect guy to beat to get back in title contention. I just think he's gonna fight Patty's fight, man. He's gonna take Patty to the mat, and Patty's gonna say thank you.
So I think what you're saying is Denise is going to shoot in. Patty's going to catch him with a guillotine right away. So I think we should
Or he'll
bet the
take him to the ground, and
guillotine
Patty will end
specific.
up choking him out. But Benoit is he's because Benoit gets away with being he's stronger than most people in the division,
Yeah,
bro. He just
he's very
ragdolls everybody.
physical. He's very physical.
And Patty's fucking huge for the division, bro. Like,
And we know Patty can take a beating. I mean, we know he can take
yeah,
a
and
lick and not have a
Patty
problem.
walks around like Pereira weight, dude. You know he's big as hell. So I'm
I
thinking,
love it.
dude,
I love it. I love Patty put on like 35 pounds after he wins his fight, and then he just goes and eats.
you don't even care. So that's what I'm thinking, dude. Benoit bullies everybody, but you're not bullying Patty, bro. The
Yeah.
like, so I don't know. I feel so confident. If I'm wrong, I will sincerely apologize. But Patty by submission is like free money to me. I want to put my house and my TV, my car, everything on
And
it.
I mean, Patty's the underdog. I don't remember the last
He's
time
like
he was
plus
the
120
underdog.
money line. It's
Yeah.
free money, dude.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time he was an underdog at plus 122. And we both said
And
that with the between the last two cards, it seems like one of the underdogs does take a win. Like almost every card, one of the underdogs wins between the main and co-main. So I'm not upset. I think Saint Denis has got a good chance, dude. I
and
think
let
he
me
can.
tell you this too. Benoit's last two wins, he ragdolled Dan Hooker and he ragdolled Benil Dariush. What was
Who was his last submissions? What were his like last couple of submission
his
wins?
last submission was a big one. He beat Mauricio Rufy, but Rufy's got no ground game at all.
Yeah, and then who was before that?
A guy I can't pronounce.
Or how about the
Prepele.
one before that?
Before that, he got TKO'd by Moicano. Let's see. Before that, he beat Ismail Bonfim by a submission. That's a good one.
All right, see, that's what I said. He's got some ground game, dude.
So hey, we're all I gotta know. All I gotta say is I will sincerely apologize if I'm wrong on that one. But
We're on opposing
I'm
sides here.
next time we do our podcast, you'll just know because I'll be homeless, so
One
I'll be
one of
streaming from McDonald's or Starbucks on their Wi-Fi with my phone.
one of us will be saying we're sorry, one way or the other.
All right. Anyways, it's a banger matchup though, for real.
It's a good
And,
match, dude. This is a great card. Overall, this is a great.
and now the main event, the notorious MMA Conor McGregor hasn't fought in 5 years, finally coming back to put on a show for us versus Max Holloway. This fight is taking place at 170, which is a huge thing to note because this is Max's first time fighting at 170. Max has primarily fought at 145 at featherweight his entire career. He just more recently moved up to lightweight, which is 155. And Connor, his last fights were at lightweight, but he hasn't had to cut weight in 5 years. So this is super interesting to me because the weight advantage McGregor has, I think, is significant because his shots are going to be real powerful. But Max is so damn fast, and Max only fights the best of the best, bro. If he's not beating
100%.
a champion, he's beating the guy that's gonna be fighting
Yeah.
the champion.
So the only thing I think Connor, I hate to say it, but I feel like he was probably doing steroids when he was off there for a few years. I mean, we saw how kind of juiced and jacked up he was doing the Roadhouse movie. So I know he's been doing some peds on that side of it, right? And I know that that does slow you down a little bit having that extra muscle mass. So and like you said, I think for him, he's still probably had to cut quite a bit to make weight. Where I think Max is just like shit. I can just show up and I don't have to do anything. I think Max is just gonna overwhelm him, dude, with significant strikes. I mean, he could throw down 120, 150 strikes in this match, no problem at all, and not even get gassed out. That's the crazy part. He could just be teeing off for 5 solid rounds and still not be gassed out. And I just don't know what Connor's like overall conditioning looks like. Like I said at the beginning, I've seen him do some conditioning and I've seen some drills. He looks good. I mean, he doesn't look like he's coming in here just, being a slump, but I just don't think he can handle Max's volume, Max's overall conditioning, and just, again, Max's experience. And I feel like he's literally been on fire the last 3 years. Like you said, it seems crazy because he's been fighting for so long, but it seems like he just ages better with age, or, it gets more refined like wine.
Yeah, dude, that's the blessed express right there, man. He's
Yeah.
Max, and it's crazy too because he does train hard, but I mean, he stopped sparring like years ago. I mean, it's probably been like 7 years, since he does hard sparring daily. But I
Yeah.
just feel like Max does a great job of taking care of his body. And to be able to contain that longevity he's had in the UFC, because it's spectacular to be fighting at such a high level for this many years. I mean, to fight
Still.
only the best of the best, and nobody's more deserving of this payday than Max Holloway to get the red painting night versus McGregor. So,
For sure, dude. For sure.
and
I hope they
also,
both get good royalties off this.
yeah, and I think it's really interesting too because with I don't think Connor, even if he magically won this fight, I don't know if he would want to ever cut to 155 again. But Max is the last person to knock out and beat Justin Gaethje. So if Connor
Yep.
wins this fight, I mean, he has every right to call for a title shot. So
Yeah.
and
100%.
beating Michael Chandler would have done nothing for him, but beating Max Holloway, the guy who beat the champ, it's like
Yeah.
I think this fight does mean a lot to Connor because if he wins, it's going to put him in a sexy position going forward.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think
But
this
with
will
that
still
being
be a
said,
close
bro,
matchup.
I think Connor, if he's alive in the first round for a knockout, I'm really curious to see how aggressive he is because I don't care how much shape he's gotten into. Fighting in the octagon is so much different than just getting in shape, and Max
Yeah,
has proven that
exactly.
his gas tank's always there. So I would say if you're betting Connor, take him in rounds 1 or 2. 2 is pushing it, but if he doesn't get that, I look for Max to get a late stoppage or a decision win here. Probably more so a decision win, just because Max. I know he knocked out Gaethje, but he's really not known for knockouts. Max
No.
is a
And
guy
then
who wins by
Gaethje, I don't
volume
want to say
and
it was a
points.
fluke, but I mean, those guys were literally just blowing, like they were just punching
He
each
was on
other in
track
their
to win
phone
that by
book.
decision, and that's how he
Yeah.
wins most of his fights, bro. He's gonna
Yeah.
beat you by volume and points. And McGregor, he's always had a pretty good chin, man. When he
Yep.
got knocked out by Dustin, I mean, he snapped his leg, and then before that, Dustin has a lot of knockouts on his record. That's
Yeah.
nothing to be ashamed of. But Connor's proven he's had a pretty solid chin throughout his career. So even if he gets dogged out by points, I I don't think he gets knocked out, bro. I'd say Max by decision here. Something that's really interesting too.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
think
how
Max
valid
will
it is,
finish
but
the decision.
I saw a post on Instagram that Connor had like 84% of the handle right now, so that's something to note as well.
Oh, interesting. That's crazy. Yeah,
He
that's what
went
I
from
kind of
like
wondered what the
plus
payouts were.
240 to plus 185. So tons of public money are coming in on Connor. And I get it, bro. Like you got
Yeah.
Conor McGregor is an underdog. You got so many people that never even watch the UFC. They're going to be betting
They
this fight just
know.
because they're
Yeah.
like Connor's fighting. He's an
Yep.
underdog.
Exactly.
Heck yeah.
Exactly. So
So
it does make me feel like this is a Vegas trap. Put them at the underdog. Let everyone, like you said, everyone that's just a fan, just bet on them. Take the Conor McGregor name and promote it. And again, I think just Max just wins by volume, just purely by volume, dude. And then that's it.
yeah, I'm thinking about doing on my parlay is I feel really good about the other ones. And I like Max. I don't love it, but I do like it a lot. So I'm just gonna
Yeah,
tag Max as my last leg and then hedge if necessary. That's what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
that's good, dude, for sure.
All right, let's get to the bets here. Let's get to what's going to get us millions.
All right, boss, let's do it.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
I'm trying to pull it up. I'm slow, bro. Give me a second. All right,
Oh, you're all
so
good.
for my martingale, the odds aren't that great this fight. So unfortunately, it's a lot of like minus 250s, or I try to keep it at minus 200 or less. but I'm going to take Costa against Durian at minus 250. I'm taking Pinas at minus 240, and then I'm taking Luke Riley at minus 250. So again, Martingale in that, I just need one of those three, and I feel pretty confident in all three of those guys. So I think this is going to be an easy fight, an easy money bag for me there.
Dude, I kind of like that as a parlay, to be honest with you, too.
Yeah, I don't know what the parlay odds are, but it must be.
I bet you probably getting that at plus 200.
Yeah, it's got to be like right there.
Yeah, I like that. I
I'll
would be
do it as a.
shocked if that Martingale didn't go through for you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I seem good with that. So I'll do it as a parlay too. Plus 179. So I'll do it as a let's do it as a half unit. I like that.
Okay,
Oh, and
sounds good.
we're still up 3.5 units, dude, total this year. So
And we
I
went kind
mean,
of crazy on the last two cards. I know we didn't
yeah,
do as well,
but
but
still, dude. That's the best part. Once you get up and get a little bit of bankroll, just kind of start pressing a little bit more. Then you get a little bit more crazy because then if one of them hits, then you're doing great, right? But as long as you're
that's
up, dude, I still feel good and comfortable overall.
all right, bro. So for my parlay, leg one, I got Luke Riley.
Yep,
Leg two, Corey Sandhagen.
yep,
Then I'm gonna take Patty the Batty,
yep.
and then I'm gonna hedge this if necessary, but I'll finish with Max Holloway. And
All
I'm
right, that's
thinking
a
that's
nice
gonna pay
parlay,
probably plus 350.
dude. Plus 650, bro. Yeah. So Luke
Patty,
Riley,
Corey,
Patty.
Luke Riley, and Max. That's fire, bro.
Yeah, I think because the odds are pretty good because Corey Sandhagen's at minus 145,
He's
Max is
about
just
blackjack
over
hand, and
minus
Patty's
two,
underdog.
and Patty's an underdog, so plus 653. So what do you want to do? A unit or a half a unit?
I want to do 1.5 unit.
One and a half?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, we're up, baby.
because
So
that
let's
that one
go.
and a half will get us at like roughly plus 1,000 payback.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, it'd be like 900, 875.
All right, yeah, let's
Hell
do that,
yeah.
bro. And then, um,
All right, let's do it,
um,
baby.
yeah, I think I'll probably just do that because I kind of wanted to do a straight bet on Patty, but I think I'm just gonna ride that parlay this week, bro. Like, I really want to take Patty, but is there a parlay you want to put into?
Let's do one crazy one for like a quarter of a unit, or for like let's say a tenth of a unit even.
All right, let's take Costa.
Yeah, we both like Costa.
Let's take Penis.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go, Penis.
Let's
uh,
go.
Luke Riley,
Yep.
Rob Whitaker.
Oh yeah, I loved Whitaker. I'm gonna throw Stevens on here too, just to get that little odds boost.
Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Um,
You wanna know what's
we
crazy?
disagree on
The
some.
King Green fight it's over half a round at minus 220. Like the odds makers are expecting that just to end quick, dude. I don't know if it'd end that quick.
Let's take over on it. Fuck it,
I
let's go
like the
over.
over, dude. That's crazy, bro.
Let's go over.
All
And
right,
then let's take
Kavanaugh,
and then let's take
take
let's
Max at the end.
what's the over under on Saint Denis and Patty?
Over 1.5.
Nah. That's about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's finish with Max.
Yep. So that's six or eight picks. So plus 1468.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I'm gonna do it for a quarter unit. Let's do that.
Dude, we could even to juice it to maybe 2,000. Maybe Corey and Mario go to a decision.
For
If
two
you
and a
don't
half.
want to put that, we don't have to because I'm not real confident. But I'm just thinking Mario's. It's hard to put him out, and it's hard to put Corey out.
I'm gonna do it, man. I already put the other one, so I'm gonna go back and do it again. Whitaker, Stevens, Riley, Pinas. Oh yeah, plus 2038.
Yeah, let's do that.
Boom. All right, perfect, dude. So even after those bets, we're still up a full unit. So We're in good shape,
So
dude.
worst case, if everything went out the window, we'll still be up a unit for
We're
the year.
still up, yeah. So no
Okay,
complaints, dude.
sweet.
All right, man. I think this is a great card. Like you said, this is probably one of the best cards of the year so far. I know a lot of the other cards, there was like three or four people that haven't even fought in the UFC or a couple people no one's ever seen before. So this card is pretty stacked up with talent and name recognition. So this is gonna be great, dude.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, if we do get lucky enough to get to a point where we hedge, dude, McGregor, his only path to victory is to win by a knockout. So that'll juice up his odds even more to take
Yeah,
him by
that's true.
knockout. So if
All right,
if we hedge, we'll take Conor by knockout specifically.
deal.
So all right.
Easy enough.
Mic'd up, misinformed. Those are our picks for this week. Also, dude, I've been on the World Cup heavy, bro. And I will say, of the teams left, France is by far the best team in the whole thing. They should, if you want to bet seriously, I'd take France. They're like plus 180 right now to win it all. They should at least make the final. So you could hedge if necessary, but smart money goes on France. If you want to be ballsy on the other side of the bracket, um, to play France in the championship, if either get lucky, Norway is sitting at plus 1,500 and England's plus 500 to win it all. The winner of that game will probably play France in the championship. I do not buy Argentina. So much public money's on them.
Yeah,
They haven't played anybody good.
they
They're
barely
honestly,
squeaked it out too last
yeah,
time.
they're super beatable, and everybody's bet on 'em. I promise you, Argentina will not win it. And I will say, bro, I got a bet on Norway to win it all when they were 55 to 1 odds.
Dang, get it, boss.
And hey,
I kind
bro,
of like Norway too,
at the
dude. I think
time,
they're
that's
the
the only
sneaky
team I bet
underdog.
on too. I told my boy D'Lo when I was on vacation, I said, "Hey, throw $45 on Norway. They're the best dark horse in the tournament, and they've been rolling."
They've been rolling, dude. Yeah, for sure. I think they are still, dude. I think they're. I don't think anyone knows it right now. I think Norway's got a good chance.
Dude, they're
That
so
one,
lit.
that one fool's what, like 6'3", doing freaking roundhouse
Holland,
kicks. It's
Erling Holland,
crazy.
bro. He's that dude. That's my favorite
Yeah,
player.
he's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
So if you're betting on the
Underrated.
tournament, take France. But if you want a little gamble, if France doesn't win it, dude, I feel super confident it'll either be Norway or England, but probably France. Um, the other teams, Morocco's got to play France this week, dude. I don't see them beat. They're really good, but I don't see them beating France.
Yeah,
We got Belgium. Playing Spain. Spain's really freaking good too, but they have a lot
yeah.
of guys that are just really young on the team. I don't think it's their time yet. So I don't see either of those teams winning. And then on the other side, it was Argentina, and they're going to be playing against Switzerland.
Switzerland.
And
And
yeah,
Switzerland barely, dude, they won in the shootout. They didn't look great the other day.
bro, they're trying
They
so hard
barely
to
squeaked
give
out.
Argentina a cakewalk, and
Yeah.
Argentina will win this game. But when they got to
Yep.
play the winner of that Norway England game, I promise you, the winner of that game smacks Argentina.
Yeah, like you said, dude, I think France, Spain, Norway, and Argentina this week. I think those are the picks.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say all the favorites, and then the only underdog that could win would be Norway to beat England, which is super doable. But everybody else, favorite wise, should clear house easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of favorites winning. When Germany was a big upset, but otherwise than that, it's been like close pick'ems or again, mostly the favorites have been winning.
Yeah, 100%. And be careful too if you are betting like on individual games on soccer. Like for me personally, I just like doing the future bets of who's going to win the whole tournament. If you are doing a game bet, I would bet the team to advance, because there's an option
Yeah.
to take which team's going to advance because there's no sicker feeling than taking a team money line, but at the end of 90 minutes, they tie. So you
And then
lose your
you
bet.
that loses,
Let's
yeah.
say your team wins in extras on pins or in extra time, and you
Yep.
bet that team money line. You lost because it really ended as a tie. Because
Yeah.
soccer, you can bet three ways. So
The three-way bet. Yep.
just bet who's going to advance. That'd be my best advice because you don't want to. A tie makes you sick.
No, I agree, dude. That's actually a good note. I don't think everyone knows that it's a three-way.
Yeah, you again. There's the category that says which team will advance. Now you're getting one team or the other. If obviously like this week, France going to be minus 355. Argentina's going to be minus like 400 to advance. But again, you don't have to worry about a tie. It's either they win or they don't.
Yeah, no, I agree, dude, for sure. Yeah, because there is no tying. They're basically going to shoot out until someone scores and loses.
Yeah, and those bets essentially the three bets are for the first 90 minutes, and
Yeah, it's the
casuals might
three
not
way,
know that. So
100%. That's a good call.
yeah, and then for Golden Boot right now, Messi has one more than the next three or four. Messi has like, don't quote me, but Messi has like 8 goals right now, and Holland, Mbappe, and someone else have 7. So there's 3 guys that
Crazy.
are right below Messi with one less goal. So as of right now, Messi should win the Golden Boot award. But if Argentina loses, Holland or Mbappe could
We'll
pass him
have a
and take the
chance.
Golden Boot.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy. Yeah, and
I've been
Argentina's
watching it
really
like
been
a
looking like
crackhead,
this
dude. I love the
overnight.
World Cup.
I love it.
So,
All right,
all right,
guys,
guys.
don't get smart, be safe. Boom.